for a husband at Home Depot. Of course the aisles are empty.
Hi fellas, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about something a lot of women are starting to feel. They're going out, checking the places where men normally show up, the bars, the lounges, the social spots, and suddenly realizing the men they want aren't there anymore. Back in their younger years, they had plenty of attention. Men approached them, tried to talk to them, tried to shoot their shot, and because of that, they raised their standards higher and higher. Many good men were turned down without a second thought. But time moved on. And now, when some women are ready for a serious relationship, ready to find a husband, they're looking around and noticing something different. The same men they once overlooked have already moved forward with their lives. They focused on their goals, leveled up, built their own future, and didn't wait to be chosen later. They're not standing in the same places anymore. Now the reality is setting in. You can't expect the same options you once had when the people you passed on have already created their own path.
I'll be the one to throw us under the bus here. I'm not sure if we actually want nice guys. I think we do, but we think that in the same way that we want to eat healthy. Like, yeah, a salad will make you feel better afterwards, but sometimes you crave chocolate cake. And sure, the chocolate cake makes you cry afterwards, but it tastes really good in the moment. And sometimes the nice guys that are salads, sometimes they'll be like, well, the girls just like assholes, and so they'll try and pretend that they're chocolate cake, but we can tell, we can see that you've really just drizzled chocolate syrup on top of the salad, and we see right through it. And I know more girls feel like this than what they're willing to admit, because I've read the books you've suggested. I've read the smut books that you're reading, and it's always written by some woman named Genevieve that lives in Rhode Island with her 3 kids and her husband, but what she's fantasizing about, what she's thinking about, is some multi-million-dollar asshole, and the dialogue that she's writing with it is like, he shoved his bleep into my bleep until I was bleeping, bleeding, and pulling my... I'm like, you don't like nice guys.
Some women don't like nice guys. But the funny thing is, those nice guys are usually the ones who are actually ready to stay, commit, and build a real relationship. A lot of women get caught up chasing men who are not looking for anything serious. They go after the guys who don't want to settle, the guys who aren't thinking about a future, and they overlook the good men who genuinely want loyalty, peace, and partnership. And when those nice guys try to show interest, many women brush them off. They call them boring. They call them weak. Some even label them creepy just for trying to start a conversation. They push them away and say, "Don't approach me." But time moves fast. Years pass. And now she's in her 30s wondering where all the good men went. The men who actually wanted a relationship. The truth? Those good men didn't wait around. They moved on. They built their lives. They found partners who respected them. They are not sitting still hoping she'll come back. And the message for guys is simple. Don't change your personality just to impress someone. Don't stop being respectful. Don't stop being kind. The right woman won't reject you for being a good man. She'll appreciate it, because when the wrong people overlook you, it just means you're not meant for them. And that's okay.
I realize I can't even get mad at people who say stuff like this and think this way, because I too thought that way when I was 20, and I thought that way when I was 30 in a relationship where I was miserable. I'm 32. This is the first time in my life that I've been single since hitting 30, and life is great. You just start realizing that, like, hey, I don't need to tolerate a lot of things that men do. I'm very much happy on my own, and also I don't need a man for anything but emotional support. So I'm dating a lot differently. I have my own personal boundaries that I stick to, and if you know, you know. I guess it's just something you're gonna have to realize on your own. I don't know, or not. Maybe you hit the jackpot and you found a really good relationship when you were 22. Good for you.
So this woman is seeing that being single in her 30s feels more comfortable. But the truth people don't want to say is this. Most women are supposed to build their foundation earlier, in their 20s, when they still have time, options, and the chance to grow with someone. But high standards, wrong advice, and the belief that there's always more time kept them waiting. And now they're standing in their 30s wondering what happened. Most of it comes from the choices they made. A good man would approach, respectful, serious, ready to build, and they would turn him down, thinking the dream man would suddenly appear someday. But here's the truth. The man of your dreams was never meant to be perfect. Real men are not built to match every demand on a list. Most women think men should fit their full fantasy, height, money, lifestyle, personality, and they miss the men who were actually ready to love them. Now the time has passed, the clock is moving, and the good men they ignored have already moved forward, building their lives without looking back.
I'm 56 and I don't date. I have been divorced twice. And before you come at me with the whole like, well, obviously you don't date, you're such a loser. No, I was divorced twice because both men were idiots. All right? And I divorced their asses and I learned my lesson. And now I'm fabulously single. I love being single. The single independent woman is the new success. That is the new luxury. To be a woman who doesn't need a man for money, for power, for pleasure is the best ever. And especially at this age, it's like my kids have moved out. I don't need a man. I've got my glass of wine. I've got my TV. I've got my life. I've got my girlies, my friends. I've got my career. I'm pursuing my dreams. I am putting all my energy into loving my life and making it happen in my life. I'm making more money than ever because all that energy I used to put into relationships, guess what? I put it into me now. I put it into me now. And that means I'm more successful, I'm more creative, I'm more inspired, I make more money. Yeah, I have no interest in dating. And it's amazing.
So this woman is in her 50s, and at this point, she says she doesn't even feel the need to be in another relationship. She has been through divorce more than once, and each time she said the man was the problem. But when the same situation keeps happening with different partners, sometimes it means there's something deeper going on. She says she wants peace, and honestly, most people do. Men especially value peace and stability in a relationship. When a relationship becomes full of arguments, stress, or blame, a lot of men simply walk away instead of staying somewhere that drains them. She mentioned that she has been divorced twice, and while anyone can have one bad marriage, if the second one ends the same way, it might mean the issue isn't just the partner. It might be patterns, choices, expectations, or old habits that never changed. At the end of the day, relationships take effort from both sides. If someone keeps leaving every relationship angry, blaming the other person, and refusing to reflect on themselves, it becomes a cycle that never improves.
Looking for a husband at Home Depot. Of course the aisles are empty.
Stop it. Get some help.
So now, a lot of women are out here looking for a husband, and they think the best way to do that is to go to places where men usually are. But when they get there, nothing. No man approaching, no attention, no energy. Just silence. It's funny because many of these same women used to say they were independent. They didn't need a man, and they could do everything by themselves. And for a while, they actually believed it. But time moved, years passed, and now reality is hitting harder than expected. They're looking for a husband the same way someone looks for a lost earring, searching everywhere, checking every corner, hoping it's still there. But the truth is, they didn't lose the men. The men moved on. While they were focused on independence and I don't need anyone, the good men who were ready to build something real started their own lives. They settled down, got married, created families, and they're not waiting around for someone who ignored them before. Now, these women are realizing that the window they once had is not as wide as it used to be, and standing in those places where men used to gather just makes the truth louder. When you say you don't need anyone for too long, eventually, people believe you.
So today we are going to IKEA. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking there aren't any single guys at IKEA, and I have to agree with you there. But the thing is that I already needed to get some furniture from IKEA, so instead of doing what I normally do, ordering online, having it shipped to my house, or doing curbside pickup, I decided, let's make a thing out of it, put on some lashes and see what happens. I don't know, maybe it'll be like a meet cute moment where I have to get something heavy from a shelf and there'll be like a cute guy next to me and be like, hey, you want to help me out? I don't have game. For the record, my expectations for IKEA as a potential pickup spot are very low. So as expected, nothing, but now I need to go to Whole Foods, so let's go. So that was a fail. There was like nobody in the store, but some old guy told me that I was killing it, so there's that.
Maybe I could find a man in here. Anybody? You know, you never know. Home Depot might be a really good place to meet a guy. I'm gonna check it out. It'll give me a reason to start shaving my legs. Ain't no here. Where's all the brawny men? All these construction workers, these hot men with their big muscles. Ain't nobody here.
So, some women out here think they can just pick a man the same way someone shops in a supermarket. Walk in, look around, choose whatever they want, and expect the best options to still be on the shelf waiting for them. But reality is different. They go out looking and no man shows up. No attention, no interest, nothing. And that's when it hits them. The table has turned. Men are not waiting around anymore. Men are not standing in line hoping she comes back. Men moved on with their lives. For years, some women believed they could always return and find the same good men still standing there. But the truth is simple. People don't stay in one spot forever. If you ignore someone long enough, they find peace somewhere else. Now these women are realizing that choosing a man isn't like shopping. You can't pause life, walk away, and expect everything to stay the same. When a man knows his value, he won't wait for someone who treated him like an option. And that is the reality many are facing today.
All right, fellas, that is the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share your comment down below. I will see you for the next one.